Hi, this is Tanya, your holistic cancer wellness guide with Power Pantaloons podcast. Today we have special guest Heather Rossetto. Welcome, Heather.
Hi,
Did I say your last name right?
Rossetto. Close.
Close.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you let the audience know what you do?
I'm a holistic healer and non-toxic living expert.
Want to tell us what that means?
Basically, I help people remove toxic products, toxic food, toxins in their body from everyday to long term.
So, like parasites and heavy metals and stuff like that out of the body,
Yeah.
and carcinogenic stuff out of the house, products and furniture and
Yes. All of that.
fantastic. Such a fascinating conversation we're gonna have. So where would you start with someone? So let's say I come to you and say I need help detoxing my house. Where do we start?
I like to usually start with personal care products first. There are so many personal care products, especially for women. Hundreds. We are exposed to hundreds of toxins before we even leave the bathroom in the morning. You shower, you shave, you brush your teeth, you lotion, you makeup, yeah, everything. There's in these products, there's endocrine disruptors, carcinogenics that cause cancer, hormone disrupting, and just overall bad ingredients that we are told are okay. And yes, maybe a tiny bit is okay, but you're adding on top and adding on top and adding on top. And before you know it, you're exposed to almost 200 toxins before you even leave the bathroom in the morning. So I like to start there. And
It's a
then
good place.
after that, I say finish out the food in your house and then let's go shopping because the food is the next one. And then it's like the big items like your mattress, your carpet, your couch, your water system in your house. It's everywhere. You can't escape it.
So if I wanted to figure out how to determine what is okay to have in my house and what is not, where would I start?
Um, definitely read ingredients. Definitely reading the ingredients. I mean, what's allowed and acceptable in America is much different than what is allowed in Europe. Let's just take personal care products, your lotions, your shampoos, everything else. Europe has banned over 1,300 of these ingredients, and America is less than 100, maybe 120. So, like, why are we allowing toxins in our shampoo, in our lotion, in our baby lotion that we put on our children? It's allowed, but in other countries it's not allowed. Gatorade banned in Europe, allowed in America. It's just not right.
I have formulated and made my own body butter, and the preservatives, there's one big one that has formaldehyde in it. I was like, oh, I can't be using this shit. Like, so
Yes.
it kind of makes you a little crazy just how deep of a rabbit hole you can go down when you start to look at all of that. So I do. I make my own lotion. I make my own soap. Um, I make my own shampoo. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
Toothpaste.
kind of,
It's so easy. Coconut oil, and baking soda or baking powder.
yep.
You just put it together and brush your teeth, and it's so easy.
Yeah, you can use a little bentonite clay. You can use some
Yeah,
ground up herbs in it to help with different things. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can put in
and
in
it's
a
so cheaper. It's way cheaper than
And it
buying,
doesn't have fluoride in it. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
a neurotoxin. It's in our water. It's in our toothpaste. It's awful.
Yes. Yes, it is. Like, now I'm
So
thinking about my mattress because you said mattress. So now I'm like concerned. Like, oh boy, how do I figure out what the hell
there
is in my mattress?
are tons of things that I have to get rid of. I mean, there's only so much you could do, and you're going to stress yourself out if you try to do it all at once. So
Right.
I
You yeah,
take it step by step. You run out of shampoo, okay, don't buy that shampoo anymore.
yep. Yeah. There are a lot of holistic's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? Not organic either. That's the wrong word too. But there are a lot of beauty brands now that pay special attention to this kind of stuff. So you can find beautiful products that are made without the parabens and the bullshit and the toxins.
Yeah, but also you also have to factor in that these companies are paying millions and millions of dollars to greenwash their products. So
I'm talking about like little baby brands where it's
yeah,
one gal in her kitchen. You
yes,
know,
that's
yeah,
great. Because people will be like, oh, I got it at Whole Foods. I'm like, that's great that you got it at Whole Foods. It's still toxic because
yes.
companies pay to greenwash their products, and the bottle looks all natural. But turn that bottle around and read those ingredients.
If you can pronounce any of it.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, I absolutely I have issues with that and like if I can't pronounce it, it's probably bad for me.
Yeah. Yes, I work with one company and they're fantastic. They're out of Rhode Island and I use all their products. And they go all the way down to the sub ingredients that aren't even listed on the bottle. And they have their suppliers sign documentation saying that these have been heavy metal tested, these have been toxin tested, and they are 100% safe. And
Third
I tell
third
people,
party tested, right?
yeah, and I tell the people I work with and my clients, I tell them you can use these products, or you could just use baking soda and vinegar, or you know, it doesn't matter either one as long as you're not bringing those toxins. Because you put a if you're exposed to a toxin, put it on your skin, breathe it in, whatever. It takes 6 seconds to reach your bloodstream. 6 seconds, and that's it. That's it. You're poisoned. And you take in a little bit, and you take in a little bit more, and then you wonder why you can't sleep, or you're finding lumps in your breasts, or you, you know, or you have
Yes.
dandruff. Why do I have dandruff? I use a dandruff shampoo because it's just making sure that you keep having dandruff, so you keep buying the product, and it's just toxic. Put coconut oil in your hair, leave it in all day. Your scalp will be healthy by the end of the day.
I like to infuse my oils. I like olive oil better because
Yeah,
I mean I just but olive oil has a distinct scent,
yes.
but I'll infuse my rosemary in that and I'll use that to oil treat my hair and
Mm-hmm. And
you,
castor
castor
oil,
oil is amazing.
I mean, it's known to break up lumps and bumps inside your body. I had one woman, she had for for 14 years she couldn't move her eye. Her eye, there was a bump pressing on the back of her eye, and she couldn't move her eye. Castor oil every day. After 14 years, she was able to move her eyeball again, and the lump was reduced, and she was able to move her eye. And that's amazing.
Yeah, I've started making my own magnesium spray. Castor oil's on my list. I know I have some in the house. I have to. because I make the beauty products. I have it
Yes.
all over the place, and I find where it's at so that I can put it in a dropper bottle and put some on my nightstand, because I'm reading so much about it. Maybe put a little lavender essential oil in it.
Yeah, and people don't understand how important magnesium is in your body. It helps for sleep. That's one of the biggest ones is sleep. But it's also if you have any kind of swelling in your body or like water retention, and people think, oh, I gotta limit my sodium. But if in actuality, the magnesium pulls the water into your cells. So if you take like a little Celtic salt under your tongue and then drink your water, it's pulling all that water into your cells, and the swelling is going to reduce in your body, and the inflammation is going to reduce in your body because the magnesium in the Celtic salt just does wonders.
What is it, like 70% of Americans are dehydrated all the time, like
Yes.
consistently
Yeah.
dehydrated. So start with,
Extremely.
yeah, which is kind of crazy, right? So drink
Mm-hmm.
drink the water, right? You can use steps like this to make your surroundings safer, and like the products that
Mm-hmm.
you put on your body safer for you, which will reduce your risk of having cancer or some other obnoxious, that's the word I'm going to use, obnoxious diagnosis, just
Yeah. And water is really essential. And so many people are over caffeinated, and caffeine just dehydrates your joints and dehydrates your body, and it's just butting heads with the water. You got to go no caffeine.
that's hard. That's hard.
That's
I,
hard
that
for
that
a
that's a
lot of
thing that I
people.
still have to worry about. Um, and obviously detoxing from sugar.
Sugar, it's yeah, and sugar, it cancer loves sugar. And I always tell people only like 5 to 10% of people with cancer diagnoses are are from genetics. So like where is the other 95% of cancer coming from? And it's coming from toxins. It's coming from toxins. It's not genetics.
Yeah, yeah. So if you can reduce as much toxins from your personal biome, the better,
Yes.
right? And starting with your house, that's the best place to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get heavy duty air filters, water filtration system. Water is like the water that comes out of the tap. You don't realize you're
How
showering
bad
in
it
it.
is?
You're drinking it. Yeah. There's so many prescriptions from people, I guess, flushing prescriptions, tossing prescriptions in the water, just, you know, there's literal prescriptions in the water we're drinking, and toxic things like atrazine. Atrazine is a toxin that has been found in water all over the US, and it is known to change your sex hormones and sex organs in your body. There was a study done amongst frogs, and they put frogs in the water with atrazine and frogs in regular unatrazine water. So 10% of those frogs switched from male to female and started reproducing just from something just from something that is in our water, in our everyday water. And
That's gross. That's absolutely gross. I guess I needed to know that, but that's gross.
yeah, but then you wonder why people have hormone issues, thyroid issues, reproductive issues, and it's in our
I
water, and you're
I didn't
showering in it.
I honestly I didn't realize it was in the water. I thought it was injected into our food. I
That's another thing.
the
It's also
hormones that they put into our food. I mean,
mhm,
30 years the size of a chicken was way different than what they're selling now. It's like mutants.
yes.
And I
And
don't even want to get started on
just eating
meat.
organic is sometimes not enough,
No,
because what are those like the food that our food is eating? There's the corn. Okay, it's vegetarian fed. That's great, but it's not grass. It's corn. It's GMO corn. It's GMO soy. It's things that are disrupting our hormones. And
yeah,
yeah, it's killing us softly, quickly, not so softly.
not soft anymore. Okay, so we start with our products,
Hmm.
and then we fix our food, we fix our water. Do
Our
you
cleaning
then go
products
room by
too.
room?
Yeah, our cleaning products too. Cleaning products are extremely toxic. You love that bleach smell, but or
I
that pine
don't.
salt smell, and just use the vinegar, or use the non-toxic cleaners. Yep.
And my house usually smells like vinegar.
It doesn't last long, so
I also make kombucha, so kinda it does smell like vinegar a lot.
the, well, also apple cider vinegar is great for the body.
Yep. You can make that too if you don't want to buy it. Not that it's super expensive, but
Yeah.
you can make your own vinegars.
And people don't understand. They think, oh, I have stomach issues, I have acid issues, I'll take Prilosec, or I'll take, some acid. If you just take apple cider vinegar, it actually balances the stomach acid in your stomach, and it gets rid of your acid reflux. It gets rid of your GERD. It gets rid of heartburn. It gets rid of that stuff. Just a teaspoon in a mug of warm water in the morning, and you'll be off your Prilosec. It balances it. And people are like, how am I going to fix an acid problem with acid? Because it's different. It's restoring your gut flora. It's restoring all the healthy things in your stomach.
And we are all so very out of whack. Our
Yep.
our gut biomes are so out of whack
And
from this.
80% of our neurological system comes from the gut.
Yeah.
It's completely connected. So you have all these like psychological issues that can be restored if you just fix the gut.
I don't even want to realize, I don't even want to think about just how impactful the radiation that I had because it was all abdominal. Like it didn't
Mhm.
even I just now act like that's where your gut is, Tanya. Hello, 16 years later. Now I'm like realizing that and it can absolutely explain a lot. I have been working really hard to restore health to my body and restore stamina and strength, and
Mhm.
a lot of it is this kind of stuff, but the big thing is putting limits on myself, and because that's how I felt after I just assumed it would be that way forever, and instead of fixing my mindset right away, I waited a long time to fix the mindset behind it, which bad on me, but good that I'm finally catching up and starting to do that. You can start at any time to fix your health.
Yeah. I'm glad you said about mindset, because mindset is a big part of it as well. I have a client who's had cancer multiple times. She's never done chemo, never done radiation, and she goes the holistic path. She works with her doctors, and she's been to Mexico, and she worked at the center there. And so she has a whole team of doctors. She's not against it, but she has autoimmune issues, so she can't really do chemo and radiation. Her doctors don't want to do it. So then what do you do? So you have to go this holistic approach. But she's like, I don't understand why I continue to have cancer. It's not genetic. And she does everything. And I'm like, a lot of it is your mindset. She lives constantly in a negative mindset, and she has a lot of childhood trauma trapped in her body. And I said to her, I'm like, this is going to continue no matter how healthy of a lifestyle you live. It's going to continue. You need to work with a therapist, and you need to do alternative healing in order to stop making the cancer in your body, because it's feeding on the negative cellular vibrations.
Have you heard of the emotion code?
No.
Okay, so we'll talk offline about it, but I'm real quick going to
Okay.
talk about it here. So it is a uh, um it uses kinesthesiology to determine what to release, and it's energetic healing, and the practitioner determines what traumas you have and helps you release them.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I've had a couple of sessions. Like it's amazing. And we could talk about all kinds of beautiful alternative modalities, and I'm sure you're going to tell me stuff I don't know, and I could tell you stuff you don't know, and we could talk for hours about it. Um, but yeah, that's a big one, and it helps people release their trauma.
That's
It's
amazing. I would love to learn more about that.
Yep, we can
I personally love sound healing. That's my like go-to. I could that is my absolute favorite.
mine too, Heather. For
Like,
Christmas last year, my husband got me a set of the chakra tuning forks,
oh, nice.
and I
Nice.
love them.
Nice. And the other thing I love is lymphatic drainage massage. It's so important. That is my, I love
I
it.
haven't had that yet.
I have a fantastic, fantastic woman.
Okay,
She's
all right.
amazing. And I do it to myself too. I'll do like the facial ones, the gua sha, and I'll do it on my face every morning when I lotion my face, because I lotion my face, but I'm using non-toxic lotion, and I use the gua sha and I do it and I bring it down and I drain the face and the neck and also the armpits. That's anywhere you have lymphs.
Well, I have a few less lymphs than I did before because they removed a couple to biopsy, but I'm glad that they did.
But
The
yeah,
lymphatic system is amazing.
yep.
Like our bodies are amazing.
And they could heal themselves. It's like, I love that there's this saying that says, you get a headache and you run to the doctor and the doctor gives you an aspirin, but you don't have an aspirin deficiency. You know, so why is he giving you aspirin instead of finding out why you have a headache? He just prescribes an aspirin. And I said that's exactly what alternative medicine is, because it finds the root cause of the problem. I was 29 years old and I was being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. My father passed away at 40 from multiple sclerosis. And my vision was going. I was getting migraines multiple times a week. I would wake up and I'd go to get out of bed and fall to the ground because my muscles were so weak. And I was 29, 29. And the doctor said I was, I had an intolerance to gluten and dairy. And I have gotten rid of all the dairy in my life, all the gluten in my life, and I have never had a migraine again. Restored all my vision, restored all my muscles. And it wasn't so much the gluten or the dairy, it was the toxins in it. Because wheat is twice processed. The glyphosate is a carcinogenic, and it's put on when the wheat is grown and it's put on when the wheat is harvested. So it's double processed and it's a known carcinogenic. And that's what was causing all the dis-ease in my body. It wasn't
Oh,
the
that's what I call it
disease,
too.
the
Disease. Yep.
dis-ease. And I mean, something so simple changed my life. Changed my life. And I'm here today to talk about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe that you have to be your best advocate for your own health. Uh,
And listen to
I
your gut and listen to your body.
Yes, that's the only reason I'm still here is because
Mhm.
I listened to my body. Uh, I want to talk about the mindset piece one more time. So like when I was going through my cancer journey, every day there was only one item on my to-do list, and that was to change my dirty underwear and put on a fresh pair of Wonder Woman's panties, which is why I call it power pantaloons, because
Mhm.
Wonder Woman doesn't die, right? So that was
Mhm.
the physical representation of me actively deciding to live, and I did this every morning. Like, you can tell when somebody has decided not to fight the thing,
Mhm.
and you can disagree with their decision all you want, but it's their right to have that decision, and that shit's hard. Letting somebody
Yeah.
make that decision and just being there to support them and hold them in a space when they are done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my best friend from high school was diagnosed after she walked with me through my journey, right, and supported me through all of that. She decided that she wasn't going to fight it. She didn't say that, but her
Yeah.
actions said that. And she's been gone a couple of years now.
So sorry.
Me too, but I I respect that it was her decision, even if I didn't
Yeah.
like it.
Yep. Yeah.
Learning to love somebody so much that you let them have their own right to their own body, even if you want to throttle them a little bit because you think they're
Mhm.
making the wrong choice.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about next?
Hold on, let me see if I have everything.
Check the notes, make sure you got all the dotted all the
I have
I's
so
and
much. I have like the parasite cleanses, the
let's
detox
talk about that.
baths. Okay.
We could absolutely talk about that and how to do that safely because I don't know.
Okay. I so most people usually have about 5 types of different kinds of parasites and critters constantly in your body. If you eat meat, you definitely have a lot more than somebody who just eats a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet. So, in kids, you can notice if you notice the little
Bumps.
bumps on the arms, that's a good indicator. Dark circles around the eyes, um, paler skin, things like that. There's definitely ways to detox. You can take antiparasitics. You can do the baths, Epsom salt baths. Put some bentonite. I never say it right. Bentonite clay. You could add
That
that.
night. That night,
Bentonite,
yeah.
things like that. Any kind of like deworming. Um, Fulvic acid is a good zeolites, things like that get the heavy metals and all the parasites out of your body. Um, there's a gene, and it's short, and the shortened name is MTHFR, and um, it's got a very long name. I have it written down if you want me to read
I know
it,
what
but
everybody calls it.
the motherfucker gene.
That's right.
We all have it in my house. So, your body doesn't detox properly, and you don't methylate your B vitamins properly, and I just can't understand why they put so much folic acid and enrich all of these grains in our country because they're just toxic. Your body can't process it into the vitamins it needs to work
But if they
every
put
day.
it on the thing and tell you that it's enriched and fortified, you assume you're going to be able to methylate that and
Mhm.
receive the benefits for it when the
Yeah.
opposite is true. When I got my gene testing, and I recommend that for everybody, everybody should get their gene test to find out which of the genes are not methylating correctly. For me, it's the folic acid one. The rest of mine methylate just fine.
Yeah.
Um, but
The
I know that the
COMT.
motherfucker one, the
Yeah.
MTFR, is the most popular,
Yes.
the most common broken gene in our
Yep.
society. Um, so yeah, like
It's like 40% of the world has it.
yeah, it's a big
It's
number. It's
something
ridiculous.
crazy. Yeah.
I
And here
think,
we are fortifying all of our grains. It's just all
but they're not because we can't process it that way.
because they're synthetic. They're not real. You
Let's
you can
talk about herbs.
I'm like you eat some spinach, you can get it from there. You eat it from fortified grain, you're getting sick.
Yes, like berberine. I love my berberine. That helps me. The berberine and what I like the vitamin B12 and all kinds
Yeah,
of other beautiful stuff.
yeah, but you then people are like, "Oh, I'm taking vitamins." Yeah, but you're getting your vitamins from CVS or Walgreens,
Or
and those aren't
Amazon.
real vitamins. They're not real vitamins. You need
No, not
to
when
have
they're
whole
being
food
tested and they don't have
vitamins.
any of the stuff that they say they do. So what the
No,
fuck are you actually eating? Because they're putting the thing on the thing, but that's not what it's in it when they test it. So what actually are you consuming?
or it's synthetic, and your body can't process it.
Nope.
Like calcium, calcium, like this one drives me crazy. They're like, "Oh, we need calcium for your bones. Calcium for your bones." Your bones are made of 12 vitamins and 62 trace minerals. And
Not just
calcium is
calcium.
just one of the 12. And the calcium just helps bring in the other vitamins. And what's happening when you drink a glass of milk, so you have a glass of milk and it's 58% protein from the animal and it's 42% what what comes what comes off of it, which is I think some sort of sulfuric acid, some sulfur type vitamin. But what's happening is to counteract that sulfuric vitamin, the calcium has to attack that, and you're getting no calcium in your bones. So you are doing absolutely nothing. You are getting 0% calcium when you drink a glass of milk. So what? I don't know why they brainwash everyone to drink milk and get calcium because that is not how you get calcium.
Because we're
Eat
not
leafy
supposed
greens, you'll get more calcium.
because as human adults we shouldn't be consuming cow milk,
Yeah,
right? Like
that's like a trigger for me. I don't really like that. I like the fact that humans drink animal milk disturbs me.
okay, then we will not talk about my cheese addiction. So
Is it vegan cheese? Because I'll support
no, it's not vegan cheese.
because we're dairy free over here. So
And you're allowed to be. You're allowed to be.
I
I
would love to. I love cheese. I would love to just eat cheese,
I
and
know, but
it doesn't mean that I don't like if I'm at a party or something, I'll grab a piece of cheese, but I don't do it on the regular, you know. And
yes,
I know what's going to
exactly.
happen to my body. I know if I eat this cheese, X, Y, and Z is going to happen, and I'm going to have to do ABC to get rid of it in my body.
Yes. So like here we don't eat a lot of processed bread products like white. We don't. Um, when I make the dinner, there's the meat, but it's 75% vegetable matter and
Mhm.
some cheese that I sneak in to make the vegetables taste a little better. Um,
That is fine.
and an awful lot of seasonings because your herbs, they bring in your trace minerals and your vitamins and we could talk about the my love affair with turmeric and and how anti-inflammatory it is. It's like it's one of the
Yeah, you put it in everything every day.
I put it in a lot of my foods
Yeah.
I love that you can actually get it at the grocery store now,
Hmm.
turmeric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ginger. Ginger is a great one, you know. You know, I mean, winter's coming. You make that fire cider with your ginger.
I was just gonna go to the fire cider. Got the ginger, got the turmeric, need the horseradish and the lemons and limes and
Yeah, and
16 onions.
everybody makes it their own way, and it supports the immune system, and you're not getting sick all winter.
I like to make my elderberry syrups and I
Hmm. Love it.
my garlic infused honey and the onion infused honey. I use that
Yes.
for
Yeah, you ferment that in the honey and the all of it, and take a teaspoon every tablespoon, whatever you like, every morning. You're
Yep.
set. and
Yep.
and it's almost like we're going backwards in time to how they used to do it.
Good. Good. Yeah, we need to be more in touch with nature and herbs because working with healing your body, you didn't get broken overnight, so it's not going
Mhm.
to get fixed overnight. So the herbs take time to work.
Yeah.
It's there is no miracle fix.
Yeah.
And as a society, we're trained to chase that carrot. It doesn't exist, guys. Yeah.
And speaking of the earth, another good technique is grounding. A lot of people, they're just like, ew, I'm not going outside without any shoes on. But if you're just in that ground and in that grass barefoot, you
17 minutes.
it will re-energize your body and rebalance your body and your mind.
It's rebalancing the polarity of your body. It is. It like the ions, the negative discharge, positive I don't know. But like
Yeah,
it does.
you're right.
It
Yeah.
remagnetizes you to the correct frequency where you need to be. 17 minutes
Yep.
barefoot. Yep.
And that's what I do. I'll go outside, and you know, I feel like sometimes it's like an oxymoron, because I'll be like, I'll go outside and make a phone call and I'll be on my phone while I'm grounding for the, you know, and I'm like, is this really working if I'm on my phone? But you just feel better just being outside in the grass for even just a few minutes.
The what do the Japanese call it? Forest bathing. When you go walking in the woods, you're bathing in the forest energy.
Yeah.
I, I love to do that because it does calm your body. We're not meant to be in concrete jungles. We're
Yeah.
not. Like we're meant to be in harmony with the land, and we should go back to that.
Yeah. And just an FYI, I do have EMF blockers on all of my phones. I do not have Wi-Fi in my house.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm not quite there yet.
We don't have a microwave. Haven't had a microwave for 15 years.
I don't have a TV.
I mean, we have a TV, but we have no cable. So if we want to watch a movie, that's about it.
Well, the kid has a TV, but there's
Well,
no
we have a kid
TV
in the
room in my
house, so that's
house.
why. Yeah,
I have a
but
sitting room where we have
yeah,
conversations and
that's right.
too much phone time. Um,
That's right.
all right, Heather. It has been absolutely wonderful having you here. So if my audience wants to find you, do you have a website or something that I can put in the show notes for them?
Um, Not really. I have an Instagram,
Okay, then we'll put that in
a
there
Facebook.
so that we'll put your contact information in there.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome.